Dear students, I hope you all will be fine. Today we will discuss another topic from one of the core subjects of botany, that is plant systematic anatomy and development. The course code of this subject is BOTN 1112. In this lecture, we will discuss a diagnostic features of a family, Asteraceae. So here we have first of all the systematic position and taxonomical hierarchy of this family. This family belongs to a division Phanerogames. The subdivision of this family is Angiosperms. It is present in the class Dicotyledon, and the subclass of this family is Gamopatali. The order of this family is Asteraceae, and the family, as you know, is Asteraceae. There are various names of this family. Asteraceae family is also called a composite family or aster or daisy family. Relates the flowering plants of order Asteraceae. So this name is due to the star shape of the flower. It almost contains 1620 genera and 23,600 species. When we discuss with respect to its distribution, it distributed throughout the world because of its cosmopolitan nature, and it is one of the largest family among the angiosperms. According to scientists, about 10% of the total flower among angiosperm belongs to this family. This family is important primarily for its many garden ornamental plants. One of the important features of this family is that the flower having heads composed of many small flowers called florets that are surrounded by brackets, leaf-like structures, and bell-shaped disc florets form the center of each head. So the strap-shaped ray florets extend out like petals from the center and are sometimes reflexed. As we will discuss later, all these disc florets and ray florets in our lecture. In some species have flowers with only disc or only ray florets. The sepals have been reduced to a ring of hairs, scales or bristles that is called the pappus on the mature fruit. And the one-seeded fruit that is called as achene, that we discussed in our previous lecture in the morphological character of fruit, has a hard outer covering. Plants belongs to this family live only for single growing season as annual, or these plants live for several years as perennials. So these plants in nature are annual green small sized plant that is referred as herbs, and some are shrubs that are woody green plants whose main stem cannot be distinguished from its branches, and rarely trees are found in this family. The root of this family members is taproot. So it exhibits a taproot system, but in some cases it exhibits a fibrous taproot due to the storage of food in this region, as in the case of dahlia. As far as concerned with the stem, it is green in color, erect, branched, hairy, or sometimes spiny or spinal present instead of hair-like structures, cylindrical, and herbaceous. In some cases, it is woody, rarely climbing. The leaves of Asteraceae are simple or occasionally compound, and their arrangement along the stem may be opposite and may be alternate. So, not infrequently, they are opposite towards the base of the stem and alternate above the base of the stem. The venation in the leaf of Asteraceae family is in a network form that we call as a reticulate venation. In some cases, hair possess small, tiny, hair-like structures, due to which leaves are hairy. Leaf possess a petiole, due to which these leaves are called petiolate. One of the features of the leaves is the leaves are exstipulate. Stipules are absent in Asteraceae family. So the inflorescence of Asteraceae family is maybe a racemose or maybe a capitulum, that is also called as a head. So in case of rhizome, the inflorescence in which the main axis develop lateral flowers, as in these cases develop lateral flowers to grow indefinitely up to the last flower, and such type of inflorescence is racemose inflorescence. While in case of capitulum or head, the inflorescence in which the main axis flatten to form a receptacle. And flowers are crowded on it. Here, these are the flowers that are present on these. These are the flowers. These are the flowers. So these flowers are present on receptacles, and these flowers are small and sessile. So these flowers are called as florets. So as the case may be here, we have two types of flower. One is this, these are the flowers, and other are present on here. So the flowers are small and sessile. The young florets that are present at the center of the receptacle, and these are the young flowers, and the older flowers are present towards the periphery. These are the peripheral flowers. So these are the peripheral flowers. So receptacle has overlapping bracts at the base called involucral. Here we have these bracts is referred as involucral. Later we study these bracts. And due to these bracts, or that is present at the base of the flower, we called as involucral. So the flowers may be bracteate or ebracteate, and this capitula or head may be of homogamous or heterogamous. So here we have the pictorial view of this inflorescence, that is capitulum or head. So these are the ray florets, and that are present towards the periphery regions, and these fluorescence that are present in the center, these are disc florets. So we also called as tube florets. So tube florets are actinomorphic, while the ray florets are zygomorphic. So the stigma are two-lobe structure. So this is the general structure for the elaboration of this inflorescence. So here we have a black and white view of this inflorescence, composite inflorescence of capitulum. So this indicates these are the bracts, and these bracts are referred as involucral. Then this is the receptacle, and the receptacle, at the top of the receptacle it possesses disc florets, and at the periphery region it possesses ray florets or ray flowers. Here these are the ray flowers. So these are phyllaries. These are leaf-like structures that are present and at the periphery region of the inflorescence. So now here we have the type of head inflorescence or capitula. So the capitula may be homogamous or may be heterogamous. If when all the florets are same in structure and function, then we call it as homogamous. And when florets are of two types, or two types of flower are present in capitula, then we call it as heterogamous. So when two types of flower is present, these two types are referred as disc florets and ray florets, as we already give a brief introduction in previous slide. So the disc florets are present in the central region, and they are tubular and bisexual, and while the ray florets are present towards the periphery, and they are pistillate or neuter. So this slide give a brief elaboration of heterogamous capitulum inflorescence. Here we have two types of flower. One is ray floret, the other one is disc floret. So here this is the fruit or seed processing part, that is called as achene. Then we have the pappus, then we have united petals, and then we have united anthers, and these are the stigmas. Later we'll discuss in detail all these structure of heterogamous inflorescence related to disc florets and ray florets. So here we have the different shape and structure of these florets of flower, disc florets and flower, and ray florets or flower. So at the base both contains ovary, then a calyx that is converted into a hair-like structure that is called as pappus. So here is the pappus, and here we have a corolla. These are the petals, And after this we have a stigma. These are the stigmas. This one is the style, and this one is anther cylinder. But the main differentiation between a ray and this floret is that the ray floret contains a ligule. In these flowers, the petals that combine to form corolla of this Asteraceae family are joined together by their margins, forming a tubular or strap-shaped corolla that is called as sympetals, as you shown in these structure. These are tubular structure that is called as sympetals. So this is often as an apical teeth representing the petal tips. These are the apical teeth. These are the apical teeth. In addition to this, the other floral parts are attached to the top of the ovary rather than beneath it. The calyx that is composed of sepals of Asteraceae is so highly modified, and that is given a different name that is called as pappus. And the pappus consists of one to many dry scales or bristles, and in some cases the scale may be joined by their margins to form a crown-like ring at the summit of the ovary. This is a colorful image that indicates the same two different types of flower in capitulum that are heterogamous in nature. One is disc floret, the other one is ray floret.
So here we have a very short description of ray floret or ray flower of capitulum. So flower doesn't exhibit any type of pedicel or stalk. So these are sessile flower. Leaf-like structure is present at the base of these flower. So the flower are bracteate. Sometimes sepals are absent in the ray floret, so only petals are present. So this is incomplete flower. Only male or female. From these two, only a single reproductive part of the flower is present, so it is unisexual flower, or male or female flower are different. Having different flowers, or one can say that these are the flowers that possess either stamens or carpels, but not both. So actually a unisexual flower is a dioecious in nature, possessing only male flower or a female flower. In addition to this, the symmetry of the flower is zygomorphic.
In which a flower can be cut into two equal halves by only one plane.
Is inferior, due to which it is ambigynous. As far as concerned with the calyx, here the sepals are modified into a hair-like structure that is called as pappus. So you can see that calyx are absent in it, but in place of calyx, a pappus are present, that are modified form of sepals. So after this we have a corolla. The petals, the number of petals are 5. All these petals are united together, so these are gamopetales, and the estimation or the arrangement of sepals petals with respect to bud is evaluated in it means that the pappus or the sepals that are the modified form of sepals, and petals are merely touch each other at their edges. So in this floret, the male reproductive part is totally absent, so the androecium is absent, while gynoecium consists of two carpel, so it is bicarpellary. These bicarpels are fused together, so they are syncarpous, and ovary is inferior. As we already told you, the position of ovary is same as in epigynous form. So in that, the placentation of ray floret is basal. It means the ovules attach to the base of the ovary.
So here we have the figure of a ray floret. It possesses ovary, then a modified sepal that is called pappus, then this one is stigma, and this one is corolla or petals. So now we discuss about a brief diagnostic feature of another flower, that is disc floret, that is the part of capitulum inflorescence or head. Similarly, without any stalk-like structure or pedicel, the flower is sessile. Bracts are present, due to which flower is bracteate. Both male and female reproductive part of the flower are present in same flower, so it is bisexual. The symmetry of the flower is ectomorphic. It means it can be divided into two equal halves from any plane, and ovary is inferior as in epigynous. Similarly, the calyx in this florets or sepals, these are modified into hair-like structure that is called as pappus. Then the petals, number of petals are 5. They are united together, due to which they are called as gamopetalous, and the pappus and petals merely touch each other at their edges, due to which the situation is valvate. In disc floret, male reproductive part, as you know, the female both are present in the same flower, so stamens are 5. The numbers are 5. In addition to this, the stamens are syngenesious. It means the anthers are united together in a tube and its filaments are free. So these stamens are basifixed in nature. Filament is attached to the base of the anther. Basically, basifix is the form of attachment of filament to anther. So in this case, in disc floret, the filament is attached to the base of anther. So next is gynoecium. In gynoecium, it consists of 2 carpels, so it is bicarpellary. These 2 carpels are fused together, so they are syncarpous, and ovary is inferior. As you already know, in disc floret, the position of ovary is epigynous, so ovary is inferior in this case. So here we have the pictorial view of disc florets. At the base, it contains ovary. Ovary contains ovule, and this ovary is syncarpous. Then we have the calyx, that is modified into pappus. Then we have the corolla, that is convert itself into a tubular like structure or form. Then we have the anthers, and then we have a stigma. So this is the ray floret. here at the base ovary is present. Ovary is and this is bract, or these bracts is referred as involucral. Then we have the syncarpous ovary here. Then we have the style, and then we have a stigma, and this structure is called as ligule. So here we have the syngenous stamens, in which the anthers are united together in a tube, and its filaments are free, as you observed in this slide. So the fruit of Asteraceae family is achene. Basically, achene is a fruit in which the pericarp is membranous or leathery and free from seed coat or testa. So such type of fruit is called as achene. And if achene contain one seed, then it is called as capsula. And seed is non-endospermic. And here you observe these features. This is the capsula. Here we have the bracts that provide a sheath or cover, that is referred as involucral, and then we have a modified sepals that is called as pappus.
So here we have the floral diagram and floral formula of this family Asteraceae. So here we have two different types of flower. One is ray floret, the other one is disc floret. So in ray floret, here we have a main axis. This one is the main axis. Then we have this one is the bract. So flower is bracteate. After this we have the sepals, the indication of sepals, but these sepals are modified into a specific structure, that is pappus. So after this we have a corolla or petals. These are the petals, and after petals the male part is absent in ray floret. Then we have a gynoecium, in which the ovary is bicarpary and syncarpous, and ovary is inferior. Similar in case of disc floret, this indicates the main axis or mother axis. Then this one is a bract. So flower is bracteate. Then we have the sepals. These are the sepals that are modified into pappus. Then we have petals. These black shaded structure indicates the petals, and these petals are fused together, or they merely touch with the pappus. So they are valvate aestivation. After this, here we have the androeciums. These are the androeciums, or male reproductive part, and in the center we have a gynoecium, that is bicarpary, syncarpous, and ovary is inferior in this case. So here we have the formula. Br indicates the presence of bract. It means the flower is bracteate. Then this sign indicates the symmetry. So the flower is having a zygomorphic symmetry. In this case, only gynoecium is present and androecium is absent. So this sign indicates the presence of female reproductive part. Then we have the calyx that is converted into pappus. Then we have corolla that are 3 to 5 in numbers. Androecium is absent, due to which the having a 0 on the lateral side, that indicates the androecium is absent in this. Then we have gynoecium. Gynoecium is bicarpally, 2 carpal, and they are fused together. Bracket indicates the fusion of these 2 carpals, and above this G, here we have a line. This indicates the ovary is inferior. Similarly, in this case, the flower possessing bracts bracteate, then it have a actinomorphic symmetry, then it is you can say that bisexual. Calyx convert itself into a pappus or modified structure. Then we have the corolla. The number of corolla are 5. They are fused together, and the number of androecium is also 5. And this upper line indicate that they are attached to each other or adnate to each other. After this we have the gynoecium. Gynoecium are gynoecium having 2 carpels, so they are a bicarpellary structure. Bracket indicates they fuse together, so this ovary is syncarpous, and a line above this G indicates the ovary is inferior.
Now here we have the economic importance of Asteraceae family. Some of the member of this family used as a food. For example, we have a lettuce, जिसे हम सलाद भी कहते हैं, and that we used as a food. In addition to this, we have also medicinal importance of this family. For example, here we have the Artemisia, and that produce a drug that is called as serotonin, and this drug is very useful for roundworms. Similarly, lettuce has the properties resemble to opium. In addition to this, some of the member of this family produce oils like sunflower and Artemisia and many other species that are cultivated for extraction of oil, and this oil is also used for cooking purposes. The flowers of Carthamus tinctorius yield a dye that is yellow in color, so it is also used for the extraction of different dyes. A flower that is known as chrysanthemum और गुले दाऊदी जिसे हम कहते हैं, उसे हम ग्राइंड करके उसका पाउडर बनाते हैं और उस पाउडर को एज अ इंसेक्टिसाइड हम यूज़ कर सकते हैं. इसके अलावा कुछ जो प्लांट्स हैं हमारे पास इस फैमिली के, उनको वो पॉइजनस इन नेचर होते हैं, जहरीले होते हैं. सो उसमें हम एग्जांपल दे सकते हैं गोल्डन रॉड्स की, जो that majorly cause a fever or hay fever. So certain plants are poisonous for livestock also. As far as concerned with the beautification of the member of this family, that is also used as ornamental plants. Many members of these families are cultivated as ornamental plants such as sunflower, zinnia. So here we have some of the ornamental plants and their pictorial view of these plants. The first one is chrysanthemum, then we have a cosmos, here we have a tragatus, Gazania, then we have a Silybum marianum, and here we have the Parthenium histophorus, एक खुरदरो पौधा है और हर जगह इजीली अवेलेबल होता है. And then we have a Surajmukhi or Helianthus anus.